Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight I'm here to react to a video that Katie Joy did a couple days ago regarding YouTube possibly, allegedly deleting her channel. I had a few thoughts, so if you're interested, please keep watching. Alright you guys, so I did already watch this video once because I wanted to have a better idea of what she was talking about. A, whether or not it was clickbait, and B, whether or not it was something I really wanted to give my attention to. And I think this video really solidifies the fact that Katie has no clue what's really going on, and she is in complete denial of the fact that at the end of everything, she could not have a platform to stand on. So I want to go through this video, give you guys my thoughts, but just as an overall consensus of how I feel about it, I think that it confirms the fact that she has no clue how serious all of this really is that's going on around her to do with the lawsuit. We're going to listen to what she has to say. I do have it at 1.5 times speed, so if it sounds like she's talking a little bit faster, that's why, because let's be real, we don't have all day to sit here and listen to her fumble through her words to form a sentence. We're going to get into it.
Okay, so today was a really busy day trying to get this channel back on the swing of things. And I was like looking around, and it's been, I don't even know, a few months. And I keep getting this same question over and over and over again. And I was like, well, I might as well just do a video and just do a live stream and answer questions about it, because
first of all, she calls this a rumor throughout the entire video. Let's go over what a rumor is, just as a refresher. A rumor is a currently circulating story or report of uncertain or doubtful truth. To me, based on my seat, I look at this not as a rumor because I think that it has some substance to it. This didn't just start out of the blue. This thing started because she's in the middle of a lawsuit. It's been shown that throughout her time on YouTube, Katie has broken terms of service numerous times. So people are putting this puzzle together and looking at it like this could be a very possible outcome to what things look like at the end of this lawsuit. So I don't necessarily look at it like a rumor. I look at it as people putting the pieces of the puzzle together and forming an opinion that actually could have some substance to it.
That YouTube was investigating my channel, and that I was in like higher ups at YouTube were looking at all my content, and I was in the process of being potentially terminated by the platform. And people have started these like petitions about my channel being removed from the platform. And so a lot of people have been thinking that YouTube is going to terminate my channel. And I was like, where do people come up with this kind of stuff? These rumors don't make.
Based on what I've heard also, nobody is saying that YouTube is going to do anything about it. I think that what I've heard is it would be an outcome from court, and what the judge decides has nothing to do with YouTube. If the judge decides to do something, then her channel will go away. I don't think that anyone is, even if they are petitioning to YouTube, let's be real, I mean, YouTube kind of has a hands-off approach when it comes to problematic creators. So I don't think that it comes to the higher ups. I think that it comes to what's going to actually happen by the end of this lawsuit.
Very much sense to me at all. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I can actually like talk to YouTube about this, because I haven't heard anything. And I always find it interesting because whenever there's like chatter and noise that's happening.
She's also acting like she is so shocked that this is even being discussed. Let's be honest, there have been so many times that she has been problematic on YouTube, but aside from being problematic and toxic, she's also been shown to break the terms of service. So I don't know why this would come as a surprise that people are even discussing it, even if it didn't have anything to do with the lawsuit itself. There's plenty of proof of her breaking terms of service.
I often feel like the things that are being said about me are kind of like this meme of who I am. It's like so far removed from the person that I actually am. And it doesn't even translate to like my daily life. It doesn't match anything, like nothing. Like I feel like I see all these different people making videos and it's like the person that they're talking to in these videos isn't even who I am. It's so weird. I don't know who they decided I was, but that's definitely not me.
Okay, so she's talking about all the reaction channels. You know, I would consider myself part of my content to be reacting to what's going on with her. As far as the reaction channels go, I do not watch many of them, but I will say the videos that I have seen over the past 6 or so months, they're reacting to things that she has said and done on YouTube. Like I've said before, I don't see videos of her myself that are just like a bunch of words spliced together to make it look like she's saying something that she's not, or Photoshop tweets or anything like that, or edited videos that paint her in a bad light. These are all things that she has actually done. So to compare yourself to a meme of yourself, I can't really draw that conclusion because these are things that you've actually said and done, and they're not being taken out of context and used in order to make her look like something that she's not.
Is the chat not working? The chat seems to be completely stalled here. But anyways, I had my regular meeting today with my YouTube manager, and we're just going through some of the just normal day-to-day stuff. And
can you imagine being her YouTube manager? Like, in all seriousness, if I was managing a creator like Katie, I mean, I think at this point I would have said, I'm going to need you guys to like take me off this creator's, situation, because I cannot handle what this woman is doing on YouTube. It's just too much. And it's consistent. We've seen this pattern of behavior for how long now? You know, I found Katie back in May, and I have seen so much unfold, and there was so much that unfolded before I even knew who she was. Katie Joy, in the way that she portrays herself online, is a commentary channel's gold mine, because she is consistently doing things that can be reacted to. Now, granted, I've said before, I'll say it again, I don't agree with going overboard to the point where it looks like you are harassing a certain creator. But as far as her feeding content to tea channels, drama channels, commentary channels, she does it all on her own.
We were talking about, is this chat completely frozen? Oh, is my chat frozen, or are people just not talking? This is really weird. My chat is not moving. Oh, okay. I will open up the chat. Anyways, I don't have a moderator here, so please just be nice. So I was sitting down with my YouTube manager, and I was just trying to understand like what was going on. And yes, members only doesn't necessarily mean that I don't have chat moving though. So anyways, I was sitting down with my YouTube manager, and I was like, so somebody started this rumor, and I don't even know. Someone said it was like a bigger channel. I don't know if it was like it was frozen for a bit. Okay, I was wondering.
I like how she has to preface opening her chat to say, please be nice. Her actions have created the community that she has on her channel, or the lack thereof, that, is what I should say. Her actions have enraged people and upset people and, made people feel like they have something they want to say. And it's really unfortunate, because if you do feel a certain way, you should be able to say it, as long as you're being constructive and not being mean or going out of your way to be hurtful. But on her channel, what happens is you say something and then you're blocked. It's just such a way of running a channel, and I don't know all the answers, okay? Like, I'm not a long-time YouTube creator, and I'll never have all the answers, and I'll never act like I have all the answers. But I cannot stand to see when subscribers are feeling, especially when it's a group of subscribers, feeling frustrated and going through emotions with the creators that they have poured so many hours into watching, you come and deliver those concerns and you're shut down and you're blocked. Or you're just told, oh, well, you know, get the F off my channel then. Don't care. That's just, I don't know. It's not a very, I don't want to sound like I'm the nicest person ever, but it's not a very nice way to run your platform. Just my opinion.
So I was sitting there and I'm like, I don't know, was it like Keemstar or was it, I don't know. I don't know who started this rumor. Then someone.
She really has it out for Keemstar, and I want to laugh right now because when that first live stream happened where Keemstar was in the chat and he said, I have, you know, you have my support, and she got all weird and fangirl about it and was so happy. And then he did a little more research, took back his support. I really wonder how long he would have continued to support her, because anyone with a good head on their shoulders will find Katie, listen to, you know, what the masses have to say as far as their experience with her, and they'll be out of there. She has a very high turnover ratio for her subscribers. It's kind of like a constant revolving door. I kind of feel like without a crystal ball, her channel is very much, if you want to compare it to being employed by a company, you know, there's those companies that are just infamous for not treating their employees very fair. You read articles all over the internet about it and stuff. And that's kind of how she is. So her subscribers are kind of like those employees of those infamous companies where it's a consistent revolving door because nobody is treated fairly. So yes, she has her very small core group, but for a channel the size of hers, her core group is probably the same size as my core group, and I have a fraction of the subscribers that she has. But again, it all boils down to how do you treat your subscribers? How do you engage with them? You know, do you listen to criticism? Do you just shut it down immediately? Like, do you open up conversations? Is it a healthy community for your subscribers? And not only between you and your subscribers, but also among subscribers. You know, do you make sure that it's not a toxic comment section and people going back and forth on live streams and fighting and stuff? So it all boils down to that, but whatever.
One of my subscribers said that there's this other channel that's been talking about it. And I was like, okay. And then I constantly get questions. And then I get all these comments like, YouTube's terminating your channel. I heard YouTube's terminating your channel. And I'm like, that's news to me. So I don't have any warnings at all. I don't have any strikes, nothing. So I don't have any community guideline strikes. I don't have any copyright strikes. And I don't have any, like, I've only ever had one copyright strike in the entire time I've had my channel. It's the only strike I've ever had.
Remember that she said she only had one copyright strike during her entire channel for later in the video. But people are not talking about copyright strikes or whatever. They're talking about the fact that she's broken terms of service. That has nothing to do with her copyright strikes. It's breaking terms of service. You can have a very clean record on YouTube as far as not having any strikes, and you can break terms of service and still have your channel taken down. However, we're still not talking about YouTube actually taking her channel down. We're talking about it being a very possible outcome to the lawsuit that's going on right now. And yes, I think the lawsuit is going to be very, very drawn out. But by the end of it, I think a lot of people are coming to the conclusion that this could be a very real scenario.
Be good about trying to stick within. I have my YouTube play button. I took it down because it was shining in the background. So I still have the play button. It's just in my closet, and I'm going to be placing it in a different spot so it doesn't reflect my ring light was reflecting it. But that's kind of an inconsequential question and almost like a distraction. So
okay, so let's talk about her play button for a second. She said that she took her play button down because it was reflecting. While I can see that that might be sort of annoying, there are plenty of other spaces on that wall where she could display her play button and it wouldn't reflect off the ring light. Secondly, the fact that she said it's an inconsequential question and almost distracting. This is what I'm talking about. When she gets snippy with people who have genuine questions, there was nothing wrong with that person asking about the play button. It wasn't, laced with insults or anything like that. It was a genuine question. All that it said is, why don't you display your YT play button anymore? That was the question. And she wants to call it distracting and inconsequential. I don't understand why she gets so up in arms with stuff like this, but just answer the question and move on. But I do think that her answer for that was a little bit interesting, if I'm being honest, because, if and when I ever get a silver play button, you better guarantee it's going to be on display so that, you guys, the ones that built me up to that point, can see it. It's just, and even if it's not in the backdrop of every single video, it's going to be somewhere where I can see it and see how far I've come. That's just a huge moment for a YouTuber to get their first play button. So, do what you will, but the whole reflection thing and whatever, I just thought it was a very weird response, especially seeing that, there are plenty of other spaces where I'm sure she could have put it where it wouldn't have been reflecting.
Oh, anyways, I still have a play button, and I talked to my YouTube manager today, and I said, have you heard anything from YouTube about my channel? And he was just like, I am your contact at YouTube, so I would know anything that's happening about your channel.
Is a YouTube manager actually employed by YouTube? Okay, so on the YouTube help page, it says how to add a manager. Sign on to YouTube, manage permissions, add or remove managers, blah, blah, blah. Managers can use Google services that support brand accounts, like share photos on Google Photos or post videos on YouTube. So can you just have anyone be your YouTube manager? I don't want to say too much about that, but does that mean that your YouTube manager doesn't really work for YouTube? I don't know what she meant there.
I think it might have been that mysterious tea channel. Was that the tea? I know somebody said that someone started this rumor, and if you haven't heard it, that's fine. It's literally happened. So, but anyways, I'm like, is anything going on with my channel? Like, is there something that I need to know about? Is there something that you haven't been telling me? And he was just like, no. And I was like, are you sure? And he was like, yes. And I said, so my channel is not under review. You said you heard.
If she has a YouTube manager, I mean, I'm sure she does. Whether or not the person works at Google or YouTube, who knows? You would think that if she came to her YouTube manager with a legitimate concern, like, is my channel in trouble? Maybe they would take that moment to have a heart-to-heart with her. Isn't a manager there to help guide you and help you? Not that Katie would take anyone's help. That's not missed on me, but you would think that would be an opportunity to have a conversation to say that, hey, we know that you've broken terms of service a couple times, and that is something that you should definitely never do again, because that could put your channel in major jeopardy. I don't know. That would have been an opportunity for me, but that's just me.
Uni said that. Okay. Again, I don't know if that's what you heard. I'm not writing it in the script. This is what my chat says. I have no idea. I don't watch that channel. So anyways, I said, is my channel.
I have a feeling she still probably checks in on Unirock's channel from time to time. I think Katie does watch some videos about herself. I don't think that she watches all creators' videos, but I do think that she checks in from time to time and watches videos about herself, but whatever. I have no proof for that. I think it's very funny. Y'all know I don't like Unirock. I don't trust him. I, don't care for his content. I don't care for his old content. He and I had a spat and it was really ugly. I don't stand for men who berate and insult women on YouTube, especially when it comes to really petty things. Like, you know, talking about someone's physical appearance or things along those lines. Don't stand for it, never will. However, I do think that it's very funny how hard he went for Katie and then just dropped it like that. I really, everything that was out there before when he was still, you know, really going for her and standing up for her every move, and then to just drop that, I find it very interesting. I don't care to hear his side of things because I don't care for him, but I do find it interesting that why did you ignore all of the proof that was out there, and then now all of a sudden you're anti-Katie Joy, you're making all these anti-Katie Joy videos, you know, because they're getting you views, obviously, but when you go that hard for someone and excuse bad behavior and then you want to be on the opposite side of the fence, a lot of us will never trust a word that you say.
Under investigation? Is it under review? Is there any risk of this channel being terminated? And he said, absolutely not. So he said, if there was anything going on at YouTube, I would know about it. And if your channel was at risk or if there was anything happening, I would know. They would contact me because we would be working on it together. And I'm like, okay. So
she still doesn't get it. Nobody is talking about YouTube taking her channel down. People are talking about the possibility of this being the final act in the lawsuit where Tati would, you know, say, I want the channel gone. And let's talk for a quick second about, I mentioned this in another video and some of you guys had some questions about, well, if the lawsuit says, you know, we want her channel gone and it gets taken away, what about her second channel? And what about her just creating more and more channels in the future? Here's the problem. If you get terminated from YouTube, especially if you're a well-known face, once you are terminated, you cannot just create continuous channels and try to, you know, just rebuild yourself every time you get shut down. Because once you're shut down, that's kind of the end of the road for you. And here's what would happen. Hypothetically, let's say that Without a Crystal Ball's channel gets shut down and the Katie Joy Live channel gets shut down, because those are the two YouTube channels that they're fully aware of. So those are gone, and let's just say Katie Joy takes, you know, a month break and says, okay, I'm going to make a new YouTube channel, and makes a new YouTube channel, whatever the channel name would be. What would happen is that people, subscribers, would discover her new channel, report it to YouTube. The new channel would go against the terms of service that says if your channel is terminated, there's no more channels for you in the future, and then that channel would get shut down. And it would just continue to repeat that cycle, and the frustration and annoyance that it would take for her to just make a new channel, build up subscribers, get monetized, and then get shut down. Make a new channel, build up subscribers, get monetized, get shut down. Like, that's just not a sustainable way to continue your presence on YouTube. And she is way too well known, and there are way too many people that cannot stand her existence. So she would not fly under the radar.
He said, rest assured, your channel's fine. There's zero chance of being terminated. You're in good standing. So I think people think that all of this stuff that's being said about me is true, and it's not. Like 99.99999% of what's being said about me is like so false. It's like a meme. I feel like I'm watching a meme of who I am. And anyways, yes. So there's zero risk right now of my channel being terminated. There's definitely a lot of channels talking about me. And again, I don't really care, but.
Okay, so as far as 99.999% of stuff that's being said about her is just lies, I hope that nobody believes that. I'm sure that there are some channels that are stretching the truth and reaching for things that are just, you know, not really there. But most channels, most commentary channels, their role is to react to things that other people do and give their commentary on it. If she is saying things on her channel and doing things on Twitter and lashing out at people on Instagram, and people are reacting to it, those reactions are not lies. They're just people expressing their feelings. Now, like I said, I'm sure that there are a couple channels that are not doing that and doing things that are a little bit more troublesome. But as a general consensus, commentary channels are reacting to things that you actually did. So unless you're saying that your actions are lies and people are reacting to the lies, you know, it's not a bunch of lies. You have just created a shitstorm on the internet. And like I said in my other video, without a crystal ball is the dumpster fire gift that just keeps giving. And that's why people are continuing to make content based around her. And it will continue. As long as she continues doing what she's doing, people will continue to react to it. And most of those reactions are not lies. They're just that, reactions.
One rumor that's been so persistent. I get so many comments about it. They're usually in the held comments. I get DMs about it. I get, oh, I heard your channel's being terminated. You're going to get kicked off the platform. And then I'll get messages in my DMs about it. And then people will say like, oh, you're going to lose everything. So I just wanted to let people know that no, my channel's not being terminated. No, I'm not at risk of being terminated. I've never had a single community guideline strike, and I don't have any copyright strikes. So I try to be really mindful about how my channel is run.
Okay, so right there, she said she doesn't have any community guideline strikes and she doesn't have any copyright strikes. I guess she means current day, but earlier in the video, she did say how she did have that one strike. So her record is not completely clean on YouTube, but that's fine. I'm assuming that she's talking about current day. Either way, that has nothing to do with what's going on in this lawsuit and what the end goal could possibly be, depending on how things play out in court and what Tati's side has in mind. We don't know.
And those are two things that I always try to do, is not break those rules. So someone said, how are you doing? I'm actually doing pretty good. Today was a really good day. So overall, I'm just, there's so much going on in the world, you guys. There's so many things, more important things for people to be worrying about. There's so many really serious things happening out in the world. And I feel like.
So she doesn't try to break those rules, but she will encourage people to mass flag other channels. She will lash out at her subscribers. She will spread misinformation. She will allude to the fact that Tati Westbrook's husband, cut off his mother's oxygen supply. She will completely go overboard with the content on the Duggars and some of these other families. She's really trying to portray herself like she just has this really clean-cut YouTube channel. All that anyone has to do is do this much research, and they'll see exactly what her internet presence has been. She really sounds like Jeffree Star here, where she tries to say that there are so many other more important things going on in the world. And while I completely agree, here's what I said about the Jeffree Star stuff back over the summer. There's this great thing that's called multitasking. We'll make that today's word of the day again. You can multitask and you can have your energy and your mind focused on more than one thing at once simultaneously. It's a really awesome thing, and you can pay attention to numerous things and figure out what deserves your attention right now. So people can be interested in what's going on with her, and they can also care about what's going on outside in the real world. That's just the power of the human mind.
There's just this like circus that's around me, and it's not even factual. It's crazy. So at some point, things will calm down. We'll see, I guess. I'm hoping.
And to call people's stuff not factual, it's just crazy. Again, I'll go back to the fact that these people are reacting to things that she's actually done. So I don't understand how you have the right to discount someone's feelings or reactions towards things that you've actually said and done on the internet.
What I can do is continue to bring you guys content. Thank goodness. And they need to mind their own business and tend to theirs. Follow the golden rule. People need to follow it.
Follow the golden rule, says the person to Katie Joy, the person who is not nice to anyone. She's not nice to her own subscribers. Follow the golden rule. Treat others how you want to be treated, basically. You're saying that to someone who has built a toxic community and is in the middle of a lawsuit for ignoring 4 C&Ds from a very large YouTuber and creating a false narrative against that YouTuber's husband. Follow the golden rule.
I did actually have a call with YouTube. So that's who I was on the phone with, like it was a video call. So that's absolutely true. Not lying. I did a Zoom call with YouTube. So that happened today, this morning. And I find it odd that everything I say, people are constantly trying to say that I'm lying about. And I have zero.
That's because you've been proven to be a liar so many times, Katie. The boy who cried wolf. Remember that story? I refer to it a lot on my YouTube channel. When you lie so many times, people are always going to think that you're lying, and they're going to have to do their own research in order to find out if you're telling the truth or not.
Reason to lie. I would not lie about something that serious. YouTube is my family's sole income. I am the sole provider for my family. So the last thing I would want to do is jeopardize anything. And
doesn't want to jeopardize anything, but I will go back to what I've said before. You ignored 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 C&Ds from Tati Westbrook, and now you're in the middle of a lawsuit that is going to cost you a whole ton of money when you could have just accepted the first C&D, walked away, continued to make your content, and not been in the middle of a lawsuit right now. So don't tell me that you're the sole breadwinner and you care so much about your channel and the content that you're bringing to your channel and your subscribers and your members when you're the one that ignored those 4 warnings, and that's why your ass is in the middle of a lawsuit right now.
The ironic part is I don't have to take responsibility for anything because I haven't done anything.
Oh, okay. So now you're just in complete denial mode. I don't have to take responsibility for anything because I didn't do anything, you guys. I'm just over here talking about the Duggars and being a little sassy once in a while. No, all of the proof is out there, you guys. I'm not even going to dissect it in this video. We all know all of the things that she's done on YouTube and on social media. To just say I don't have to take any responsibility is absolutely just, it is crazy that anyone would continue to support a YouTuber like Katie, period.
Anyways, I'm going to turn back on members only because people seem to think that this is their opportunity to be rude to me, which is...
Listen, I'm looking at this chat. Nobody is being rude to her. Nobody is talking about her appearance. Nobody's, someone put the confused emoji. That's not being rude. That's just saying that they're confused. Nobody is being rude. In fact, someone said, been a long time sub. Sad to see everything play out publicly. You're a strong woman, Katie. That's not rude. Is that rude to you guys? She wants only her echo chamber on. She doesn't want any possibility of anyone coming to the table with any critical comments or questions that she doesn't feel like answering. So members only is back on.
Getting to be really overwhelming. I don't understand why people are being so rude constantly. I understand you guys are hearing a lot of things about me, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're true. And just because you think I'm a liar doesn't mean I actually am a liar. So I'm going to just keep making content on this channel and keep doing what I do and focusing on me and focus.
Yes, but you can say that you're not a liar, but when you've been proven otherwise, people will make their own decisions. It's called evidence, it's called proof, and it's called people thinking for themselves and getting the hell out of there.
On what we're covering here. So I think some of my, actual subscribers were worried about whether or not, I wasn't talking to you, Julie, about being rude. Some of my actual subscribers were concerned about my channel and what was going to happen. But as you've noticed, I've been doing normal content. Some days I've been a little bit more delayed in just getting you the things that, I'm doing my content, my uploads a little bit later in the day. I've been trying to navigate a lot of different things. I have a lot going on with my son is in, he's doing virtual school. We have not had nurses. We've had a lot of open shifts because of everything that's been going on with COVID. And so we spent a lot of time double duty. I'm really late tonight. I was going to do this live stream 2 hours ago, but unfortunately I ended up having to do it later because my son was going to bed and he was having a hard time falling asleep. So I was on mom duty from about 7 till just 20 minutes ago. So that's kind of my life is very busy mornings.
You guys, I'm not going to go into the whole thing with her son, but the one question that I've had for the longest time is, how does she have so much time to sit up on her computer and go on live, do videos, sit on Instagram Live, sit on Twitter. How does she have the time during the day to do all of that and tend to her home? I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole, but I have had a question about that from the day that I discovered her channel and found out that she had a child. I'm like, how does this woman have time to sit on live stream 3 to 4 times a day and sit on social media and be on Twitter all day, going back and forth with people? I really don't get it.
You know, working mom, getting the kid up, feeding him, making sure he gets ready for school, then coming, getting in a shower, you know, it's just the boring, normal things of being a working mom. So anyways, I just don't really know where this rumor started. And, you know, a lot of these rumors I've gotten so out of control that it's just become really ridiculous. And I'm like, I'm going to just at this point have to stop responding because the rumors that are being circulated at this point are getting so...
She always says she's going to stop responding. She won't. She'll keep feeding into it.
Far-fetched and so far from reality that it doesn't even make sense anymore to even try to engage or respond. At first, I was concerned that if I didn't address things, people would think these things. But now, even if I do address them, people don't believe it anyway. And they just assume I'm lying and that Sarah, who has her channel, who's never met me and gets her information from my Twitter, knows better about my life than me, which fine if Sarah wants to make her videos.
It's because you've been proven to be a liar so many times. It's easy as that.
Like against that, it's just this weird dichotomy. I've been thrown into a spotlight that I'm not used to. I've never had this many eyes on me. I've never had this many people interested in any aspect of my life. And I've certainly never had anybody want to dissect every single thing I do. So
all of it could have been avoided. All of this could have been avoided. This would have been micro drama on YouTube if she would have listened to one of the 4 C&Ds and not been in the scenario she's in now. There are so many people who had no clue who Katie Joy or Without a Crystal Ball was up until last fall when the lawsuit actually started to play out. Many people. I've had comments on my first Without a Crystal Ball video saying I had no clue who this woman was until, you know, late October or November. This would have been micro drama. People would have still been talking about her because she's problematic, but it would never have been on the scale that it is today had she just listened to one of the 4 warnings.
It's definitely been a shock for me. Thank you to my members and to all of my subscribers for sticking with me and not really giving up during this time. A lot of people are concerned about if I'm doing fine. Yes, I'm doing great. I've been doing a lot of things.
And I don't know that there are a lot of channels. I'm sure that there are some, don't get me wrong. I don't watch most of them, but I don't know if there are a ton of channels that dissect every little thing that she does. I think that there are a lot that look at her really weird behavior and problematic behavior. But as far as every single thing she does, that would be reacting to like her Duggar videos and stuff. And I just don't see a lot of people doing that.
Self-care. I've been taking time off on weekends and overall, it's just been very mellow in our house these days. Not much to report. Thank you, Heather, for becoming a member. So, oh, thank you, Tyler. I've been a long time sub. Sad to see everything play out publicly. You're a strong woman. Well, I appreciate that. So anyways, at the end of the day, I find it just, I feel like I'm living in this weird vacuum right now. And someday this will get better, right? But today on the channel, I'm just sort of back to normal content. I have been doing regular content. So today I did 3 short uploads, which is what I'm going to try to stick to every day of doing 3 videos. And I'm trying to get the content so that it's circulating in multiple different shows that you're watching or different content. So, you know, I've been sort of weaving in some of the Teen Mom stuff is not performing as well, admittedly, because I don't spend as much time on Teen Mom. And I just feel like my audience is not as into Teen Mom anymore. But I know that I have loyal followers that have been following me for a long time and followed and subscribed for that.
Okay, so she goes on to talk about Teen Mom stuff. Y'all know how I feel about that. I think it's boring. That's all that I'm going to react to today. You guys, this, again, it just goes to show how she literally thinks that there is this army of people who are just making up rumors because they're bored. I mean, I'm sure that some are, but the thing with her channel being removed came up specifically because of the lawsuit and thinking of, well, what would a logical outcome be? You know, I thought of it very early on, have her channel taken down, then she cannot continue this behavior that she's been doing over the past couple of years to other YouTubers. You know, if I was in Tati's seat, that would be something that I would want to see done, me personally. So this is not something that people just came up with for fun on a Thursday afternoon. This is something that could actually happen. And the fact that she is just discounting it and claiming that everything is good with YouTube, she has such a clean record, but she doesn't. So this is the thing. She says, oh, well, people think I'm lying, but then look at the things that she says. It just makes no sense to me. But we don't know. We have no clue. Is her channel going to be removed? Is it going to be, you know, left up there? Like, nobody can look into the future and tell. But I do think that it's a strong possibility that her channel could be gone by the time all of this is done. But we will see. Time will tell us. I think that it's going to be a very, very long, drawn out lawsuit, in my opinion, not only because of the way that the courts are working right now, but also the fact that there is just so much back and forth right now, and we're not even into like the meat and potatoes of it. So I think we have a long road ahead of us. Anyway, that's it for now. If you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.